Well, it's just me and the chickens on going to ground this evening. Hello. I've popped out into the garden for a quiet 5 minutes at the close of the day. These two are so funny. They follow you wherever you go in the garden, if they're allowed to. They're fenced in at the moment, but they've been coming into the house lately when we've been leaving the French windows open, and we caught them feeding from the cat's feeding bowls. So they're quite precocious and they will go anywhere. I found one under the desk in my study also a few days ago. So they do really want to be house pets, house hens. How's your day going? I usually slip into the garden if the weather's okay for evening prayer. So I thought I'd just read with you the psalm for tonight. It's one of the lovely psalms of creation. I'm coming to be beside the mill race of the River Kennet. We're fortunate enough to have a garden which borders, you can probably just hear it over the noise of or alongside the noise of the A4 at rush hour. That is one of the little streams of the River Kennet that goes round the old mill, which is at the back of our garden, and there's a sluice here and all sorts of interesting little tributaries and streams moving around here. I'm about to contribute this evening in an hour or so to an online debate about the Save the Parish movement that some of you will be aware of in England, and I'm looking forward to what I hope will be a good conversation there this evening. You can see that online as well. I think it will be posted on Facebook or YouTube rather after the event. So whatever kind of day you've had, let us conclude this part of it at least together, and I'll read to you from Psalm 104. Praise the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, thou art become exceeding glorious. Thou art clothed with majesty and honour. Thou deckest thyself with light as it were with a garment, and spreadest out the heavens like a curtain. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, and maketh the clouds his chariot, and walketh upon the wings of the wind? He maketh his angels spirits, and his ministers are a flaming fire. He laid the foundations of the earth, that it should never move at any time. Thou coverest it with the deep, like as with a garment. The waters stand in the hills. At thy rebuke they flee. At the voice of thy thunder they are afraid. They go up as high as the hills, and down to the valleys beneath, even unto the place which thou hast appointed for them. Thou hast set them their bounds, which they shall not pass, neither turn again to cover the earth. He sendeth the springs into the rivers, which run among the hills. All beasts of the field drink thereof, and the wild asses quench their thirst. Beside them shall the fowls of the air have their habitation, and sing among the branches. He watereth the hills from above. The earth is filled with the fruit of thy works. He bringeth forth grass for the cattle, and green herb for the service of men, that he may bring food out of the earth, and wine that maketh glad the heart of man, and oil to make him a cheerful countenance, and bread to strengthen man's heart. The trees of the Lord also are full of sap, even the cedars of Libanus which he hath planted, wherein the birds make their nests, and the fir trees are a dwelling for the stork. The high hills are a refuge for the wild goats, and so are the stony rocks for the conies. He appointed the moon for certain seasons, and the sun knoweth his going down. Thou makest darkness that it may be night, wherein all the beasts of the forest do move. The lions roaring after their prey do seek their meat from God. The sun ariseth, and they get them away together, and lay them down in their dens. Man goeth forth to his work, and to his labour until the evening. O Lord, how manifold are thy works. The praise of creation at the close of this day. God bless you as you go to ground.